On the news tonight, Buhari sends Easter messages to Nigerians, comment on 2023 election. US, $800 million subsidy palliative for health care, education, Rep urges FG. Use $800 million subsidy palliative for health care, education, Rep tells LG. I want to tell Nigerians the truth. Tinubu didn't win election in February 25th. And to the next story, IGP orders round-clock security, protection of public space. Lastly, on sports, Super Falcons going for victory against IT. If you're watching the world news from BGI TV Currents. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, the handle is BGI TV Currents. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. The news in detail. In Friday's Easter message to citizens, President Muhammadu Buhari urged Nigerians to seek legal avenues for addressing any grievances they may have regarding the result of the 2023 general elections. Information report that the President, in a statement personally signed by him, highlighted the significance of Easter as a celebration of light overcoming darkness. Buhari emphasized that the 2023 Easter holiday symbolizes the potential for a bright future and renewed hope for the country. I join Christians in Nigeria and around the world to celebrate Easter, which commemorates the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, signposting his victory over death. At the heart of Easter is the triumph of light over darkness. It is a season that reminds us that the Almighty can turn an unpleasant situation round for good. Recognizing that Easter is about renewed hope and a glorious future, I urge all Nigerians to continue to be confident and believe strongly in our country for better seasons ahead. As a nation, we have gone through an election that has produced the next set of leaders at the federal and state levels. I commend Nigerians for believing in the process, while I congratulate those that have been elected. I acknowledge that it is the rights of those who feel dissatisfied with this outcome to seek redress. I expect them to wait patiently and allow our legal system to run its course. It has been a rare privilege for me to serve as a president since you gave me the first mandate in 2015 and renewed it in 2019. Day after day, I've been guided by the vows I took to keep Nigeria united, prosperous, and secure. As we celebrate the season with our families, neighbors, and communities, let us do so in love, compassion, kindness, resilience, and forgiveness. Going on to the next story. A federal lawmaker from Rivers State, Farah Dagogo, has called on the federal government to petition its planned disbursement of $800 million to about 50 million Nigerians to serve as a cushion for the proposed premium motor spirit subsidy removal. He said instead the funds should be invested in critical sectors such as education and health that would be beneficial to the majority of Nigerians in the short, medium, and long terms. Dagogo, who represents the Gama, Boni, River State Federal Constituency in the Green Chamber of the National Assembly, said this in a statement issued by him in Port Harcourt on Friday morning. The statement, which was signed by Dagogo's media aide, Ibrahim Lawal, noted that though the initiative by the federal government was well conceived, he doubted if it held sway, the transparency of the proposed cash transfers to vulnerable Nigerians couldn't be guaranteed. The Dagogo, as part of his Easter message, faulted some of the minister's comments, especially the assertion that the country already had a national social register for 10 million vulnerable households through which the $800 million will be distributed. Going on to the next story. The lawmaker representing Kogi West Senatorial District, Smart Adeyemi, has alleged that the presidential candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, had long won the presidential election because he had been preparing for over a decade and the result of the election were not decided on the February 25th elections because as one of Tinubu's products, he knows the truth. Adeyemi, who spoke in an interview on Channels Televisions, described the 2023 elections as one of the best in the country, calling on the House on those upset about the outcome of the exercise to try it next time. He also argued that Tinubu and his running mate Kashim Shettima are the most trusted to lead the country. Senator Adeyemi allegedly said that the former Lagos State governor has invested in people and also built strong ties across Nigeria, thus his victory at the polls was not surprising, and he is telling Nigerians the truth that Bola Tinubu didn't win the election in February, as one of his products Tinubu had won a long time ago. He said, "I want to tell Nigerians the truth. Tinubu didn't win election in February. I'm one of his men. I speak my mind at any time. And let me tell you the truth, I hold the view that this election was free at a large extent and better than the previous election in Nigeria." Going on to the next story. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Alkali Baba, has assured Nigerians of the Nigeria's police force's commitment to ensuring the safety and security of all the citizens and visitors to the country during the 2023 Easter celebrations. Towards the end, the IGP has ordered in-depth security checks and patrols of all public spaces and essential government assets. A statement by Force Public Relations Officer CSP Muyiwa Dejobi said, particularly all state commissioners of police (CPs) and their supervising zonal assistant inspector general of police (AIGs) have been ordered to ensure efficient deployment of police personnel and operational assets to areas of likely security threat within their respective areas of responsibilities (AORs). The IGP equally charged all supervising officers that intensive and proactive visibility patrols should be carried out at all worship centers, train stations, highways, motor parks, airports, waterways, recreation centers, banks, and other financial institutions. Moving on to the next story from Nasarawa State. A former deputy governor of Nasarawa State, Professor Ondege Wado, has been kidnapped and by the daredevil man. Information gathered that Onyege Wado, a one-time deputy governor of state who served during Abdullahi Adamu administration, was abducted in the early hours of Friday when the assailant invaded Gwagi village in Wamba local government area of the state. The Nasarawa State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Rahman Nansel, confirmed the development to residents. He said the Commissioner of Police and the State CP, Meyaki Baba, had mobilized and deployed a reinforcement comprising police tactical teams, military, vigilante, and local hunters to rescue the victim alive. According to the PPRO, the armed men invaded the residence of the victim at about 12:30 a.m. and shot sporadically before whisking him away to an unknown destination. Moving on to the next story. Several persons have been killed in a deadly attack launched on the Umogidi community of Entakpa Adoka district in Otuapo local government area of Benue State by suspected killer herdsmen. Information learned that the ugly incident, which occurred on Wednesday, led to the death of 46 persons, including a son of Otuapo local government chairman, Honorable Bako AJ. Lieutenant Colonel Paul Emba, retired Special Assistant and Advisor to Governor Samuel Otom on security, confirmed the development. He said though the 46 corpses have been recovered, casualty figures may likely rise due to life-threatening injuries sustained by scores of residents during the attack. He said, "I confirm to you that there was an attack in Umogidi, and as of this morning, the casualty figure from those who were seen physically, from what I was told, was 46, but the figure may be higher because some people are still reported missing." Prior to that incident, the assailants also attacked the Igobi community in the neighboring Akpa local government area of the state on Monday. From Benue State, we go to Lagos State. The Lagos State Police Command uncovered a den of kidnappers in the Ikorodu area of Lagos on Thursday night. The spokesman for the command, SP Benjamin Udein, confirmed this to people around the area on Friday in a telephone interview, saying the police are on top of the situation. He stated that 2 kidnapped victims were rescued after a crossfire between the police and the kidnappers. Yet the incident is true. The police are on top of the situation and the tension has been calmed. 2 kidnapped victims were rescued at the scene. From Lagos, we go to the foreign story. Long-time Mid-East rivals Iran and Saudi Arabia took another significant step forward reconciliation Thursday, formally restoring diplomatic ties after a 7-year rift affirming the need for regional stability and agreeing to pursue economic cooperation. The agreement was reached in Beijing during a meeting between the Iranian and Saudi foreign ministers a month after China had brokered an initial reconciliation agreement between the two regional powerhouses. The latest understanding further lowers the chance of armed conflict between the rivals, both directly and in a proxy conflict around the region. It could bolster effort by diplomats to end a long war in Yemen, a conflict in which both Iran and Saudi Arabia are deeply entrenched. Thursday's announcement also represents another diplomatic victory for the Chinese as Gulf Arab states perceive the United States slowly withdrawing from the wider region. Iranian Foreign Minister Hussein Amir-Abdullahi said out details of Thursday's agreement in a tweet after his talk with Saudi counterpart Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud. The minister wrote that Thursday marked the beginning of official diplomatic relationships. To end the world news is the sports story. Benfica Feminino midfielder Christy Uchebi has affirmed her readiness for the Super Falcons friendly match against IT on Friday today. The friendly is built for the Emirates Sports Center, Antalya. Uchebi was one of the first players to arrive at the team's camp this week. She took to Twitter to state her readiness for the game. Ready to serve my country's Let's Go Green. Hashtag NG Super on the Falcons, Super_Falcons, she tweeted. The Super Falcons will also play another friendly with New Zealand on Tuesday, April 11th at the Madden Sports Complex, which has netted once in 10 appearances for Nigeria. The Super Falcons will take part in the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, which will be held in New Zealand and Australia between July 20th and August 20th this year. That ends the world news this hour from BGI TV Currents. Before we go, some major headlines. Buhari sends Easter message to Nigerians. Comments on 2023 elections. Use $800 million subsidy palliative for health care, education, Rep urges FG. We're also brought to you, I want to tell Nigerians the truth. Tinubu didn't win election in February 25th. Lastly, Super Falcons going out for victory against IT. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGI TV Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. I am Morire Rabila Lawa. Good evening. Jumat Mufida to all faithful Muslims all around the world.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to be